Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your May 2024 general reading. We are looking at the first half of May, roughly from the 1st to the 15th, and this reading is for the Earth sign of Capricorn. Hope everyone's doing well. As always, thanks for being here and taking the time to watch these videos we all put so much work into. Thank you for commenting, reaching out, liking, sharing, and subscribing. So Capricorn, first half of May 2024. If your Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus sign is in Capricorn, if you're cross-watching for a Capricorn, it is also relevant. It's a general reading. Of course, it may resonate a little differently for everyone who watches. If you know any or all of your sign placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or are on the cusp of two different signs, watch all of those videos for any additional insight and perspective it might provide into your personal situation. Now, if something really does hit home, if it really resonates with you and you'd like to take a deeper look at it, or you simply like the reading style, if you are interested in a personal reading with me for yourself or as a gift for someone else, please email me at maggie1maguire@gmail.com. You can see that contact info by clicking the description of this video. I can usually get back to you within 24 hours with more information. I do offer a pretty wide array of choices for reading options, different types, lengths, styles, budgets, spreads. There's something in there for everyone. And I'm pretty diligent about timely scheduling of personal readings. So if you're interested, please email me. All right, Capricorn, let's see what the first half of May 2024 looks like for you. For those of you who like to know, I am using the Royal Deluxe Tarot, clarifying with the Gilded Tarot, both by Ciro Marchetti. We begin with the Ten of Swords. So tens, of course, signify a cycle ending or coming full circle. The Ten of Swords can be a bit of a challenging card. It can represent betrayal, hurt in that sense. Swords is governed by the element of air, which governs our intellectual thoughts. So our intellectual landscape, meaning our thoughts, belief systems, ideologies, our perspectives. So the Ten of Swords can represent coming to a challenging or even painful realization that something is at an end, or it has run its course, or it's not going to be what we thought it was going to be, something like that. But there's always a bit of a suggestion in the Ten of Swords that it's time to move on. With that, we have the Six of Cups, which is typically a card associated with the past or with history. The history we have with people, places, or situations. Sometimes that can be all the way back to childhood. It can represent a person, place, or situation that you feel... this is a general reading, so the fundamental energy remains the same, but the little details and specifics can vary. This can represent feeling betrayed by a person, place, or situation, or a dream of the past, realizing that some childhood dream you have or had just isn't going to work out. It could be that you're making a decision that you feel might be a betrayal of what you think you've been working for, or that what somebody else had hopes for you for, like, parents. Maybe your parents wanted you to follow this certain path and you did for a time, but all of a sudden you're wanting to go in a different direction, and you're worried about how they'll see that, or some combination of that energy. But we'll clarify. Now next we have, turn it the right way, we have the Chariot. Success through determination, perseverance, and willpower. Don't lose your focus. Keep working. Keep moving forward. Does imply some challenges on the path. With the Lovers, typically represents a relationship at a crossroads. A choice has to be made which will significantly impact everyone involved. Now, the decision might be about the relationship or a relationship itself. Do we continue forward together? And if so, how? Do we come together at all? Perhaps you've been on a different path and you've met someone. Now, the choice might be in another area of life, like, say, career, work, finance, but it's going to impact a primary relationship. Therefore, of course, conversations need to be held. Next we have the World, the last major arcana card in the tarot. So this represents cycle completion and cycle fulfillment. It's a card of graduation, meaning you're not going to, you've gotten everything you can get out of a certain portion of your life, right? You've completed it with the Four of Cups. Here, the Four of Cups can sometimes represent a feeling of dissatisfaction or discontent. It may be that you're considering other options. It may be that a path that you have chosen or that you have invested yourself in, and by path, this can be a religious path, a spiritual path, relationship path, career, work, money path. But here we're like, it feels like we've done everything that we can get, and we're, it may be that some of you feel like you've hit a wall. Sometimes, given enough time, we can move past that. Sometimes it is an indication that it's time to move in a different direction. But this is where I see the conflict is. What I'm also picking up here, and I got this in also your sister sign Virgo's reading, there's a conflict or a question here, maybe just within yourself, maybe it's also with other people or another person. Am I betraying something I had already been investing myself in order to move forward on a new path? Because this new path would require a complete life change, a complete lifestyle change of some kind. It also looks like there may be a relationship tied up in this. So what do I do? How do I know which is the right way to go? From the bottom of... It's the same from the bottom of the deck. The main theme and focus for the first half of May, Capricorn, is the same as Virgo's, which is the Five of Wands, which is conflict, internal conflict, external conflict. It's very frequently, not always, but frequently, I often find that signs that share the same element, earth, air, fire, water, there's 3 for each, often have similar readings. Not always, but often. And here it's like Virgo, very, very, very similar to Virgo's. Might be to Taurus's too, but it's like, okay, am I going to be letting somebody down by moving in this different direction? Am I going to be letting myself down, or a combination of that, by moving in this other direction? Let's clarify that overall energy of the Five of Wands. The Four of Wands, one of the happy home cards, a card of completion and celebration. It's one of the traditional, I think it's the traditional wedding card of the tarot. Again, we have the Lovers here, so some of you, it may be that you're afraid that this decision you're considering making, or this thing that's pulling you in another direction, might have a negative or adverse effect on a primary relationship or marriage or family. It could be that perhaps you're considering getting married or having that kind of union, and you're afraid of other people's reaction to it because maybe your life was going in a different direction. Yeah, 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords. It's feeling almost paralyzed with fear of an unknown future and trying to figure out in your head how this would look, but it's almost always the worst possible negative outcome, overthinking it. Okay, let's take a look at the 10 of Swords and the 6 of Cups. Because it feels here like the conflict is between something you felt you were devoted to, or had devoted yourself to, whether it was because you felt that, or maybe other people or parents or somebody felt that too. Maybe it was a combination of all of those things. And it's like somehow now there's this, something else is pulling on you quite strongly, and you're thinking of making a decision, or at least rolling it around in your head about making the decision that would require a break from that. Just like I said in Virgo's reading, such decisions, such significant, profound, life-changing decisions should not be made in haste. The Five of Pentacles. You may feel like this might shut someone out. You may feel like this might shut you out of something. There might be financial and material issues involved here. You may feel like you don't have enough to offer, or you're worried about finances and money, especially in regards to a relationship or home or partner. Wheel of Fortune, change, divine timing and orchestration. Nine of Wands, Knight of Cups. Whatever you decide to do, you have the perseverance, determination, and willpower to move through this. Let's take a look at the Chariot and the Lovers. This looks like a profound life path decision, right? It's going to be different for everybody in terms of, yes, I'm going to go this way. No, I'm not going to go this way. In the end, ultimately, it's about free will and free agency. I feel here like you might be overthinking it, and overthinking it perhaps with like the worst possible negative outcome in your head. You have what it takes to move through this. Asking Spirit for insight and guidance. Chariot and the Lovers. The Ten of Cups, the other happy home, happily ever after, marriage, home, family, white picket fence energy. The Ten of Pentacles, long-term security and stability. This is home and family and marriage. But with the Chariot first, it's also a good indication, Capricorn, that you have what it takes to persevere through this. Queen of Wands and the Sun. For those of you that are considering marriage, perhaps you weren't in a position where you were considering marriage before. This is an opportunity. But again, it would be, you would have to close the door or significantly, or give up on something else. I'm not sure what that means to those of you out there, but it's a kind of a very strong feeling I'm getting. I don't think this is a very big either or. I mean, I don't think you can have both, not in the fullness of what they are. I think that if you wanted to move in this other direction, you'd have to give up something or some major aspect of what you have been invested in order to do it. And that's for love, it's for career, work, finance, or for some of you it's a combination of both because it feels like it affects both. I think what you're thinking here is that you have to choose, absolutely choose one over the other. It may be that there's some kind of adaptation here. That's possible. World and the Five of Cups. Four of Cups, sorry. Because it feels like whatever you've been invested in, it's started to feel kind of dry for you. Like you're wondering if it's time that you, maybe some of you have been wondering if it's time that you move in another direction or in a different direction. And Spirit may be providing you with the opportunity to do that should you choose to say yes, because again, free will. Two of Cups. My goodness, you have the Four of Wands, the Ten of Cups, the Lovers, and the Two of Cups. Soulmate, kindred spirit, best friend, someone. The karmic pull here between you and somebody else is quite strong here. Death, major change and transformation. That Five of Wands, conflict again. Four of Cups, Seven of Wands. This whole reading is very, very similar to your sister sign Virgos. This whole reading is, do I say no to the new thing and continue on this path that I have been on? Do I leave this behind entirely to pursue this new path? Or is there some adaptation? Can I move forward on this new path and still retain some perhaps changed vision of what I have been devoted to? It's a very fascinating reading. I think you may need to talk to someone, maybe get some feedback from somebody that you trust, that's wise and that has experience. Advice, guidance, feedback from Spirit. The Tower. Embrace the change. Embrace a brand new, perhaps rather nerve-wracking change. Spirit's advice. Seven of Pentacles, but only you can decide that, right? Seven of Cups, different options and opportunities. I feel here, again, and I felt this throughout the reading, that there may be some morphed version of this, meaning that if you choose this new path, whatever that means to you, it may be that you don't have to give up entirely the old path, but it has to morph into something a bit different. Three of Cups, Three of Pentacles. Yeah, it's being able to come to common ground and collaboration and a common understanding of each other here. And it's a card of compromise and negotiation, which is what I'm picking up here. I think that there's a major change here, but that it doesn't have to be a complete 100% all or nothing. If you choose the new path, yes, you will cut off and say goodbye to a certain portion of what you have been doing, but I think that you can also retain something of it. It might be just in a different form or a different shape somehow. I also think it might be wise to seek help and guidance from those that you trust, that you feel have experience and some wisdom. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Capricorn, those are your messages for the first half of May 2024. I hope you found them helpful, gave you some food for thought, or even validated what you were already thinking and feeling. If it did, or you simply like the reading style, if you are interested in a personal reading with me for yourself, as a gift for someone else, please email me, Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I would be delighted to hear from you and to work with you. You can see the contact details by clicking on the description of this video. I will see you all in a couple of weeks for the May mid-month readings. Stay well, stay safe. Hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.